Hey everyone, thanks for joining me again on Sealed for Good. Today I'm talking about our Elastoproof range. It is 15 years, 2019 we're in, and in 2004, it doesn't seem that long ago that we had brought the Elastoproof range into the Australian market, and it has been a massive game changer for Gripset. And I have to say now that what we're seeing out in the marketplace with many other people trying to copy us, that it's influenced the market in general. And even though they might be 15 years behind the time, the ultimate compliment you can always get is that when people start to copy you, then you know you're doing the right thing. So good luck with all of those out there that are now following the mode of the Elastoproof range and how that trend has been set by Gripset. But this is probably one of the most critical pieces for me. You've heard me talk about bond breakers before and how important these concepts are. And you know, to this day, I still get out there with our guys and I speak to our staff, our customers, and how important it is to have an elastic bond breaker at the wall floor junction, because it is still the most critical area, whether we're talking about external balconies, external roofing, planter boxes, water tanks, underground retaining walls, or your wet area. This is the piece that is the game changer for us. You know, when you think about that span of rubber that protects the most critical joint compared to a bead of sealant, which many still revert to, we've always slept well at night with this system. But it was more than just an elastic joint band, an elastic bond breaker for us. We ensured that we had the complete system. So along with our joint band, we had our prefabricated corners with our 90-degree and these external ones, which these ones get overlooked a lot, but they are a major time saver for contractors on site, particularly when you need to detail around those external walls or columns, and the time that is spent doing it. And always they are the areas where water sits, and as a prefabricated waterproof detailing corner, you're already ensuring that you're not worrying about adhesion, you're not worrying about drying. It is waterproof then and there, and a vapor barrier, so it does the job for you. But again, the other part of this system were our Elastoproof collars, and you know, people overlook things like pipes and penetrations and balustrades on balconies, yet you know, we've got these in all different sizes, and you'll see the video now of how we've used these. But the story how we had developed this, I'll never forget, I was in New Zealand back in the 90s, and I was on a project where we had trained some contractors, and we had to actually exit the building from the facade with the scaffolding. And I remember in the corner of my eye seeing an area that we'd waterproofed, and there was a pipe moving in the distance. And I looked over and I said to the guy I was with, I said, "Did you see that pipe just move?" And he said, "No." And we looked over, and lo and behold, the pipe was moving, and it actually had broken the seal that had just been waterproofed. And if we had detected that, it would have actually leaked. But what had happened was that in the ceiling cavity, there were plumbers in there, not knowing that the floor above was a multi-story that had just been waterproofed. And a classic case where waterproofers have done the right thing, but someone else has upended their work, not deliberately, but that would have been a weak point in the most critical point and most critical spot of the wet area. And that's where these collars are so good, because instead of relying on an elastic silicon or a sealant bead, this actually gives you a rupture resistant seal around a pipe or penetration, because this rubber will not break down. And so we use an NBR, which is very good with chemical resistance, but has fantastic elastic recovery, so it's rupture resistant. And we've got them in all sizes. We've got the small ones, we've got the medium size, and we've got the big Papa Bear ones, which we use even on large water reticulation tanks when needed. And we can custom made with what you require. But this is the complete system, and understanding that it's the detailing and waterproofing, and the devil is always in the detail. But those of you that have understood our system and use it and know our mantra, the devil is always in the detail, and getting that piece right and ensuring that you don't veer off any other way. I mean, we know that there's customers out there that still want to use a sealant bead with our liquid membranes. They do that, that's up to them, but our system offers the one method, which is the Elastoproof range. You take care of the most critical areas, and you can walk away knowing that the joints that are going to potentially come unstuck are protected with this sort of system. And so from our end now, in our 15th year, We've got some exciting new Elastoproof additions that are coming to the range. Those of you out there that I mentioned earlier that are copying the trend of what Gripset's doing, well, in 15 years' time you might catch up to these next ones. But they are coming soon to you. You'll start to see them in post. Our sales team are out and around the country starting to exhibit and promote them for use, not just in bathrooms, but also applications which we haven't been able to do before. We will be having some of the Sealed for Good videos showing these in the next couple of months. But the most important point for us is Elastoproof always complements our full membrane range. And so for us, all our liquid membranes, all our cementitious membranes, and even our sheet membranes, these systems are designed to go with everything, keeping it nice and simple. And so this is where we're going to evolve further. And we want to ensure that from a contractor point of view, the job is done properly, you do it quicker, and you can sleep well at night knowing that for those lengthy warranty periods that we still offer, that this is the part that will count and ensure that you're doing a job that's different than just having a hack and having a go. This is about a trade that is tested by time. And I always talk about that to contractors and consultants and architects. This is a trade that you define your brand by the test of time. 15 years on, we've got a huge scale of projects, not just around the country and in New Zealand, but also into Asia Pacific regions where we've used this on high profile projects and never let us down when it's installed to our specification. If you'd like to know more about the Elastoproof range, you are always welcome to come on board and call our technical team 1-800-650-435 or just drop us a line. You can drop us a message. Don't forget to subscribe to Sealed for Good because there are lots of exciting things coming on board. And happy birthday Elastoproof, 15 years. You've done a wonderful job. I'll see you next time.